Hi everyone! Thanks for joining me at today's Teaching Kitchen. My name is Rachel, a dietetics student with Compass Group Canada. Today we'll be exploring some spices from around the world in the simple and easy one-pan wonder, poached eggs in a spicy tomato sauce, also known as shakshuka, a brunch favorite. Before we get started, let's touch on some food safety basics.
If you have long hair, make sure you tie it back so that's out of the way to avoid any hair falling into your food. Next is to make sure to wash your hands and then sanitize your workstation and equipment. I'll also be using a cut glove today on my left hand, which is my non-dominant hand, to help protect it from any little slips or trips from the knife. I'll also be wearing a disposable glove over top to avoid any cross-contamination. Lastly, I have placed a damp kitchen towel underneath my cutting board, which is a great way to keep it from sliding around on the countertop while I'm chopping.
By the end of today's session, you will learn a new and creative way to enjoy eggs, introduce new spices to your cooking rotation, and understand the nutritional benefits of whole eggs. If eggs are starting to feel a little boring, this recipe is the perfect upgrade. These poached eggs in a bold and spicy tomato sauce are ready in just 30 minutes and make 4 satisfying servings.
Ingredients you will need are 1 yellow onion, diced, 1 bell pepper, diced. I'm using a red one today, but feel free to use any color you have on hand. 4 cloves of garlic minced, 1 can of diced tomatoes, 4 eggs, 1 teaspoon of cumin, 2 teaspoons of paprika, half a teaspoon of ground coriander, 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, 1 teaspoon of oil, and I will also be serving this with some whole grain bread to soak up all those delicious flavors. You can also use whole wheat pita. For equipment, you will need an oven, a large oven-safe skillet, a Dutch oven or stainless steel pan will also work, a spatula, 1 small bowl, a can opener, a knife, a cutting board, 1 small spoon, measuring spoons, and oven mitts.
Eggs are often misunderstood, especially when it comes to the yolk. There's a common belief that egg yolks raise cholesterol, leaving many people to avoid them in favor of egg whites. But research tells us a different story. Saturated and trans fats, commonly found in processed foods, have a far greater impact on cholesterol level and heart health than the fat found in egg yolks. If you are concerned about heart disease, it is recommended to enjoy just 1 egg per day. And while egg whites do provide protein, they lack many of the important nutrients found in the yolk.
Whole eggs are an affordable, nutrient-dense food that provides high-quality protein with all 9 essential amino acids, supporting muscle repair and overall health. They also contain important nutrients like choline for brain function, antioxidants such as lutein for eye health, and vitamin D. Vitamin D helps the body absorb calcium to support bone health and plays a key role in immune function. Since few foods naturally contain vitamin D and is difficult to attain during the winter months when sun exposure is limited, whole eggs are a valuable dietary source with most of the vitamin D found in the yolk.
And bell peppers of any color are an excellent source of vitamin C, which helps keep your immune system strong, supports healthy skin, and helps your body absorb iron. So it's really amazing the variety of nutrients and benefits you can get from just a few simple ingredients. This dish is endlessly customizable. Finish it with fresh or dried herbs, add chickpeas for extra protein, or pair it with some whole grain bread for added fiber. Now, let's jump into the prep.
First, preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius. Now we're going to dice the onion. Place the onion on a cutting board and cut off both ends. Make a cut lengthwise down the middle of the onion and remove the outer skin. Lay 1/2 of the onion flat side down and make even vertical cuts. Turn the onion and slice across the vertical cuts. Now repeat with the second half of the onion. Similarly with the bell pepper, make a cut lengthwise down the middle of the pepper. Remove all the seeds and membrane with your fingers. Make even vertical cuts, then turn the pepper and slice across the vertical cuts. Repeat with the second half of the pepper. Next, peel 4 cloves of garlic and mince by rocking the knife back and forth. Now, lightly coat a large oven-safe skillet with cooking spray or oil and heat over medium heat. Add the diced onions and cook for 3 minutes, stirring frequently. Next, add the bell pepper and garlic and continue to cook for 2 minutes. Did you know bell peppers pack more vitamin C than oranges? Just 1 bell pepper can cover your vitamin C needs for the day. Next, add canned tomatoes, cumin, paprika, ground coriander, and red pepper flakes to the skillet. Stir until combined and bring to a boil. Reduce the heat to medium-low and simmer for 10 minutes. In a small bowl, crack 1 egg. Using a small spoon, move the simmering tomato mixture to create a small hole for the egg. Pour the egg into the hole and repeat until all the eggs are in the skillet. The combination of protein and healthy fats in whole eggs supports steady energy levels and balanced blood sugar, promoting fullness and satisfaction. That's why eggs can be a nourishing way to start the day. Turn off the heat and carefully transfer the skillet from the stovetop to your preheated oven. Bake for 10 to 15 minutes until the eggs are set around the edges but still have a slight jiggle in the center. Don't worry, those eggs will continue to cook a bit once they come out of the oven. A quick food safety tip. Eggs can sometimes carry salmonella, so eating raw or undercooked eggs can be higher risk for young children, older adults, pregnant individuals, and anyone with a weakened immune system. If you fall into one of these groups and want to be extra cautious, bake the eggs for 15 to 17 minutes or until they reach an internal temperature of 74 degrees Celsius. You can also check by gently poking the eggs with a fork. There should be no liquid and nothing should be oozing out. Remove the skillet from the oven. Top it with whatever toppings you would like and serve with some warm whole grain bread of your choice.
And there you have it, easy, flavorful poached eggs in a spicy tomato sauce. If you have any leftovers, you can store it in an airtight container for up to 4 days in the fridge or 6 months in the freezer. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this inspires you to try a new way of making eggs, appreciate the nutritious qualities whole eggs has to offer, and get a little more adventurous with spices in your kitchen.
If you make this recipe at home, feel free to take pictures to share with your family and friends and to remind you of the final dish. Post on social media as well if you like to show off your skills. Use the hashtag #TeachingKitchen to accompany your post so we can see it as well.